Battle through the heavens, grand world. Chapter 3 An intense battle. As the voice rang out, a figure slowly appeared in the dark space in the distance. Xiao Yan stared at this devilish black-haired man and said in a deep voice. Senior, what is the meaning of this? Being stopped by a mysterious expert within this mysterious space black hole caused a trace of uneasiness to arise in Xiao Yan's heart. The man sneered. His eyes were filled with fire as he looked at Xiao Yan and the others. His hoarse voice sounded in the ears of Xiao Yan and the others, what do you mean? Humph, humph. I have been waiting here for nearly 10,000 years, and not a single Dodi that is fighting monarch has appeared. They had been bored to death for a long time. It was not easy for them to find a fighting monarch back then. I didn't expect that kid to be formed from flames. I accidentally let him slip away. Now, the 5 of you, hee. If I devour you, I'll definitely be able to break through. Xiao Yan and the other 3 men's faces changed dramatically. Their eyes were filled with fear as they looked at 9 Nether Monarch Bug. Guyuan gritted his teeth and said, are you saying that all the origin Qi and fighting Qi continent have been devoured by you? 9 Nether Monarch Bug snorted coldly and said sarcastically, sigh. If I had eaten my fill, I would naturally let go of some of the weaker ones. However, I don't want to let go of any of you 5. Quote. Xiao Yan also let out a cold snort. A majestic Do Qi suddenly erupted from his body. When Guyuan and the other 3 saw this, they also let out angry roars. In an instant, 5 powerful Do Qi slowly rose. Xiao Yan felt the filled Do Qi in his body and slowly clenched his fists. He said, Senior, please do not attack. Otherwise, we will not surrender without a fight. 9 Nether Monarch's Bug laughed when he heard that. He shook his head in disdain and said, humph. Humph. 4 trash who haven't even reached the middle stage of a 1-star fighting monarch. There's also a 2-star combat emperor who still wants to fight me. After saying that, he took a step forward. Compared to Xiao Yan's Qi, his Qi was 100 times stronger. Devastating Fire Body. Xiao Yan casted the Destruction Fire Body as soon as his Qi was released. He threw a Fire Lotus at 9 Nether Monarch Bug. As soon as the Fire Lotus attacked, Hong Long. Yellow Spring's Heavenly Wrath. It struck out 3 times and caught up to the Fire Lotus with a terrifying speed. With a destructive force, he attacked 9 Nether Monarch Bug. 9 Nether Monarch Bug had just reacted to the terrifying attack, and it had already arrived in front of him. Looking at these aggressive attacks with a pair of mocking eyes, 9 Nether Monarch Bug let out a ferocious smile. With a loud shout, he threw out his right fist. The Fire Lotus collided with the tremendous force. The exquisite dark green Fire Lotus was only able to hold on for a moment before it was destroyed. It destroyed the Fire Lotus with a single strike. 9 Nether Monarch Bug used his fist to form a palm. The dark combat power turned into a transparent light barrier in front of him. Boom, boom, boom. 3 soul attacks hit the light shield one after another. A deafening explosion resounded in everyone's ears. Xiao Yan's face was still gloomy as he looked at the light barrier that was about to collapse at the epicenter of the explosion. A trace of determination flashed across his eyes, and the aura of his body suddenly changed. It became extremely hot, after which, both of his hands gathered above his head. An aura that caused the expressions of Zhu Kun and the others to change stealthily emerged. Is this fellow so powerful? He forced Xiao Yan to use his most powerful ultimate move. Zhu Kun said in a frightened manner. Guyuan looked into the distance with a gloomy expression. The light screen was about to break. Guyuan let out a long breath and said in a low voice, Zhu Kun. Kalen, Xuan let's also use our full strength. This guy, stronger than imagined. The 3 of them silently nodded their heads. Kalen sneered. It just so happens that I have never tried the power of this fighting monarch. Xuan giggled. What Kai Lin's sister said is right. We will go with big brother Xiao Yan and get 5 fighting monarches. We can definitely defeat this bug. Zhu Kun and Guyuan looked at each other and smiled bitterly. The 4 of them raised their Qi to the limit and looked at Xiao Yan, who was slowly opening his eyes. Xiao Yan's black eyes calmly looked at 9 Nether Monarch's Bug who was still intact in the distance. The latter also looked at him, and then he revealed a ferocious smile. Xiao Yan also smiled faintly and let out a soft sigh. Both of his hands suddenly shook, and a huge flaming ruler that was several hundred feet long suddenly took shape. The terrifying aura it emitted caused Ji Yuan and the others to have serious expressions on their faces. This heavenly flame eternal ruler. It's several times stronger than when it was used to seal Hun Tiandi. This Xiao Yan, he is still stronger than us. Zhu Kun heaved a long sigh. 9 Nether Monarch Bug, try this. Xiao Yan shouted. As soon as his voice faded, Xiao Yan's arms shook. The huge flaming ruler streaked across the pitch-black space in front of him, then it smashed down towards 9 Nether Monarch Bug. This kid has quite a number of unique skills. However, this skill doesn't pose much of a threat to me. 9 Nether Monarch's Bug let out a long roar. A shocking black dough chi gathered in his hands, causing his hands to turn exceptionally black. A trace of excitement flashed in 9 Nether Monarch's Bug's eyes as he said, "Little thing, watch carefully. How did I counter your strongest move?" The huge flaming ruler whistled down, but 9 Nether Monarch's Bug remained unmoved. When the huge ruler was about to reach the top of his head, 9 Nether Monarch's Bug shouted out loudly. He stretched out both hands and firmly grabbed the falling huge ruler. Boundless black combat power entered the huge ruler through his hands and crazily eroded the huge ruler. Xiao Yan's eyes lit up. His hand seal changed and the huge flaming ruler shook slightly. Then, under the expectant gazes of the crowd, it exploded, turning into a sea of fire. It submerged 9 Nether Monarch's Bug's figure. Hi guys, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.